Hi everyone, and welcome to our look at how to use Screencast-o-matic, which will enable you to create screencasts, which are essentially recorded videos of what is on your screen. My name is Dan Boyle, and this is the beginning of my 19th year teaching history at the high school. Before we get going into how to use Screencast-o-matic, just a few thoughts about what goes into an actual screencast. The biggest and most important thing that you can do for any screencast, or just about anything else that you're going to do online, is plan, plan, plan. All of my screencasts are Google presentations, so I have to plan when I want the words and images to appear. I have to plan what those transitions are going to look like. I have to plan out my script because what is on my slide should not be a lot of words, but images explaining the process or the idea behind the words. The article that I am providing to you is a link to read. Is from an article from thecultofpedagogy.com and was written just this past April about how to make an effective screencast. The author discusses how the time should be the same between planning and actual creation. I respectfully disagree with him and would put planning way ahead of the actual creation. If a screencast has been planned out well, then the creation of it takes comparatively little time. Something else to keep in mind is the actual length of your screencast. I've seen a number of different ideas here, including no more than 1 minute per grade level, so that as a teacher of 9th graders, I should be able to have them go through a 9-minute screencast. The article that I linked you to provides research that says anything over 6 minutes is too long, as attention starts to fade at that point. I have always tried to keep mine under 5 minutes, and so if the topic is important enough, I would create separate screencasts for the students to watch. However, that does not mean that some of mine are longer than that. You know what your students can handle, so let that be your guide as much as anything else. One last thing to think about when it comes to the length of your screencast is which tool you want to use. Screencastify is a great tool, but the free version limits you to 5-minute recordings. If you feel that there is a chance that yours is going to be longer than that, you will want to use Screencast-o-matic. As I said, all of my screencasts start as Google presentations, so I control what goes on each slide. I saw a great tip from two presenters at EdTech Teacher, Greg Kulowitz and Tom Driscoll, to include visual navigation cues at the bottom of each slide. As you go through your presentation, the cues at the bottom would change so that the viewer of your screencast could move around the video as they are watching. It was a pro tip that I thought would really add something to your screencast to make it more user-friendly. All right, enough background. Let's get to it. The first thing that you are going to do is go to screencast-o-matic.com and include the dashes in there as they are part of the address. In the upper right-hand corner, you will see a login button, which will bring you to a screen where you can log in using your Google credentials. Once you're logged in, you will be on a page that is your dashboard. The left-hand column will have a number of options available to you. The one that I want to call your attention to is the Folders tab. I would encourage all of you to create folders to put all of your work in. I say that because as you create more videos, you will need to find a way to find the ones that you need quickly. I have mine organized by unit and roughly the order that I will teach the material in. You are certainly welcome to do it however you would like, but taking 2 seconds to make the folder now is a time saver later when you are trying to find the video you need. When you are ready to create the video, go to the upper right-hand corner of the screen and click on the camera icon, which will launch the video recorder. The other buttons there include a video editor, which we will not be using today, and a quick link to your account information. Once you click the Launch Video Recorder button, you are ready to go. Select the full screen option, but do not have your Google presentation in presentation mode yet. The application window option is fine if you're going to be jumping back and forth between windows on your screen, but if you're going to keep it simple, which again I would recommend for the first few times you do this, full screen will be your best option. Once you have done that, make sure you click on the Share button in the bottom right-hand corner. After you make your choice, you'll have the option to watch their tutorial at Screencast-o-matic. You will not hurt my feelings if you decide to watch that as well. After all, they are the ones that created the tool, and who better to demonstrate it than them? After the recorder opens, hit the red Record button on the bottom left of the screen. You will see a countdown timer from 3 on your screen. While this is happening, click on the tab for your presentation and hit Present to launch the presentation. This will cause the recorder to disappear, and the only way to reopen it is by hitting Escape on your keyboard to end your presentation and then clicking on the blue circle within a circle at the bottom of your screen. You will have to hit the space bar to progress through your presentation. Remember, the only way to pause is to first hit Escape and then click the blue circle within a circle at the bottom of your screen. This will give you options to continue recording, the red Record button, to play what you have created to this point, the triangle, delete, the trash can, done or cancel, which will delete what you have done and exit the recorder. If you decide to delete or cancel, your whole recording is deleted, and you will have to go back to the beginning and start over. You might decide that this is okay if you are only 1 or 2 slides in and you have only recorded 30 seconds worth of material. But imagine that you are now 3 or 4 minutes in. Do you really want to start over again? That decision is up to you, but I believe that it is okay for our students to see us make mistakes, as I have a number of times already in this video, and keep going. It helps them to know that they don't have to be perfect either. When you are finished with your recording and you are satisfied with it, click Done, and options will appear in your right-hand sidebar. One is to save your work as a video file on your computer, which is I would not recommend doing, as it may be deleted from there when you shut your computer down. One is to upload to YouTube, which I would recommend you do, as YouTube is not platform dependent and can be watched easily on any device. If you decide that you do not want to share your work on YouTube, you can upload it to Screencast-o-matic itself, which will then store your work with their company. It will ask you a series of questions, each of which you should answer with a possible exception of channel. But the one thing you should do is make it searchable everywhere. This will allow your students to find your work on the Screencast-o-matic site. The last option is to save it to your Google Drive, which is fine, but make sure that you turn the sharing settings to either anyone with the link, meaning that you will have to provide the link so that your students can watch it, or public on the web, which means that anyone can search for it, find it, and watch it. I have always chosen public on the web, as I am fine with anyone watching and learning from the work that I have done. You may decide differently. When you have made your choice, click the green Publish button and watch the magic happen. When it is done uploading, you will get options about how you would like to share it, either through email, to Facebook, to Google Classroom, or to Twitter. If you are ready to share it right away, go for it. Otherwise, I would recommend clicking Done. This will bring you back to the same option screen you just left. If you want, you can share it with another option. I have always shared mine with both Screencast-o-matic and YouTube, as having it in 2 places reduces the likelihood of it being lost at some point along the way. One thing to keep in mind is that this will be the last time you get to make this choice. Once you decide that you are done sharing your screencasts with different hosts, like Screencast-o-matic and YouTube or Google Drive, you will not get that choice again unless you make a new video. What you choose to do is up to you. If you choose to share with a different host, great. If not, click Done, and it will ask you to confirm if you are done with the recording. Click on Yes or No, and away you go. If you have questions or comments about what you have watched today, please do not hesitate to reach out and let me know. You can get to me at daniel.boyle@tritonschools.org. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever you create will be great.